stuff that, and this is a big game. Okay, it's just the status. They picked 4 teams. I think even if you're not into college football, you want to see who's you get 4 great teams there that as far as that goes. But I was just amazed that the regular announcers were sort of promoting that game, and they were even going footage of the 2 teams practicing on the field there down in, I think it's Houston is the championship game,
right?
And stuff. So I just found that pretty interesting from a viewer aspect as far as, okay, I'm watching an NFL game, but they're talking almost more at halftime about the upcoming national championship.
Oh yeah. I guess weren't they playing in Houston last night?
No, there was in Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
Yeah, but the college championship will be in Houston.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but both games I watching last night, Pittsburgh at halftime. It's like, oh, they're talking about that, and like I said, again, it was on ESPN, ABC,
right?
And I believe that's who's hosting the national championship on Monday.
Rich, that's a provider that has far too much real estate.
Okay, that was just gonna say
far too much real estate, and they're gonna do that mega cast where they put it on ABC and all the ESPN networks.
Yeah.
So
it's just with the setups of what our networks are at right now and stuff like that. That's just pretty interesting. It's just and I think a lot of it maybe leans towards what you just said, Ted, just to promote their product that's out there and stuff like that, because the 4 teams they have for the final going into the national championship, 4 great teams. They all I take my hat off to them. They're all great teams.
They are.
And I think I'll be surprised if Washington doesn't win by 10 plus. I give Washington 10.
It's gonna be a fight. I'm looking right now on StubHub to see how much tickets are going for.
Ridiculous, right?
3/4 of my paycheck. I mean, like, even on the upper deck of the 600s is $810.
The nosebleeds, 600.
Yeah, the 600s. Yeah, and then like, there's like stuff for 810, 850, 875, 883, and that's just the upper levels, yo.
Wow.
That's you need a telescope.
Exactly. I know at Mercedes-Benz, up in that 300 or that upper tier, you stand up too fast, you may hit your head on one of those rafters.
Yep. That is true.
Yeah. That is crazy.
But what is it? I think a going ticket for the Super Bowl is up around was it $5,000-$6,000 or something like that for a ticket now. It's unreal, it just
it really
don't
is.
enjoy it that much. And plus, I'd rather have access to replays and the different camera angles, and I want to be able to see the game.
Yeah.
So being there live is about the atmosphere, and
or else you got somebody else's. It's on somebody else's dime there because you're doing something and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly.
I might be in the minority, but being at home with your loved ones around you, with whatever food or whatever you have coming in, and you're putting it on, whatever large screen TV that you have.
Oh, I'm with you, Ted. Yeah, it's you can't beat that. I mean, it's just I got some people that come over and they say, "Oh, you still only got a 42-inch? Where?" As far as it works for me, but it's and like what Tim said, the replays and stuff like that, and it's probably exciting, and it's probably a once in a lifetime if you have an opportunity to go. Yeah, I'd go, but for me, watching sports in the comfort of your own home, you can't beat it. As far as
Yeah, very true. And so,
I mean,
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, if I could be in Vegas right now watching the championship game.
Yeah, but look at all the venues you can watch the game from in Vegas. So
I know. But what I'm getting at,
Oh.
It's entirely
is
too
the
much to do in
hotel-
Vegas. That's why me and Brian don't need to.
No, no,
It's gonna be a
no. But I'm just saying, like at the Hotel Circa, dude,
Mm.
you're watching. I mean, in the betting area, there's like 3 stories.
Mhm.
Okay, in the betting area, there's 3 stories, but still within those 3 stories, you got this gigantic. It's like 5. I mean, I'm gonna over exaggerate, but it's like 5 movie
You're not
screens
over exaggerating. I
in
believe
this
you.
one
I've been
in
out
one
there.
area.
I know. You're not lying.
Then, nonetheless, the pool area
Yeah.
is like 4 theater screens put together as one in the pool.
Wow. Wow.
Imagine watching football, just chilling, having a beer at the pool.
Wow.
You're watching.
Some
Yeah,
people
that's
don't
cool.
need to be drunk
That's
in
pretty
a pool.
cool.
Do not need to be drunk in a pool.
I mean, like
Let me be
it
clear.
is massive.
Chlorine doesn't clean everything. All right.
Oh, that's
cool.
good.
Question for you, Brian. When you were in Vegas, did you go to Allegiant Stadium?
No, I did not. I saw it. But when you land, you'll see you can't miss it when you
When you
land.
fly into the city, yeah.
And like it's big, but the Mandalay Bay and the Luxor, it's under construction, but they're gonna build walkways to get to the
Are
stadium.
you
Okay.
serious?
Mm.
I
Sky
thought the
bridges.
Mandalay Bay was on the other side of the strip from the stadium.
Yeah, because even going from the Sphere has a bridge
This
connection.
fool gonna make me pull up Las Vegas, Nevada on the map. I can't stand Brian.
So here's a question. I don't know if any of us have the information. So it's going to be at Vegas. Do they also open up seats in T-Mobile Arena? Are they also are they utilizing all their spaces where you can watch the game?
God. I see what Brian's saying now. Oh my God.
Put it up on the screen.
That's bonnet. No, I don't want to put all this up on the screen. Not everything. Because
No,
put
put the one that I sent up.
all the previous searches that I have from other cities and other addresses I got on there. I don't want to put that up.
No. But,
Just
the second one that I have, it's about a minute.
Okay.
The second
Set a
link.
screenshot, not a damn video. Yo ass needs video.
go ahead.
God almighty.
I pay attention to detail.
No, you don't, because you don't watch the news. Hold on, I
Okay.
got you. Hang on. This Tim, welcome back.
You're welcome.
Tim, welcome back. For the love.
Hey, and while you finding that, Tony, while you were gone, I said I have Washington by 10 plus.
Okay, I got you. Hang on, let's see what we got here. Oh my God.
Whoa.
We combine sports with a day club, and it's a stadium. Stadium swim. You gotta have the great music. It's gotta be bumping in here. So it's a little mix of a pool amphitheater, and it's a little bit of a day club there, but it's we have 30 cabanas, 2 super cabanas, a bunch of different day beds, poolside boxes. We have this massive screen behind me that shows all the sports on all the time. It has 78 million pixels and 143 feet high. It's a great place to go out in the sun.
It's really fun, yeah, I like it a lot. The pools are heated and the staff is really nice and helpful. I would recommend it, yeah.
We have signature cocktails at both of our front bars over there. You can't really see it, but we also have 2 swim-up bars at our pools. We do have our grill over here. My favorite is the chicken finger platter, no question about it. We have lobster corn dogs, some other fan favorites.
Lobster corn dogs.
Great
Wow.
food, but it's also great food you can enjoy anywhere around. People come to Vegas to gamble, there's no question about that. So we brought our table games area out to the pool so you can experience the great weather, especially down there. You're closer to the DJ, but everywhere is very lively as well. You better bring your bathing suit because you gotta swim, you gotta enjoy it, and we appreciate it with everyone to get out of the pool when they be. But with these pools, the high-tech filtration system that we have, the amount of ounces they pump through to clean this pool, they're the cleanest pools in all of Las Vegas, and I'd say the world.
Unfreaking real.
So imagine watching the Super Bowl on that.
Yeah.
Imagine watching the movies on that. When I was there, they were advertising. It was like $25 per person to watch the UFC fight at the stadium pool.
I don't need to
Yeah.
be there. I don't need to be there. I don't need to be there. The food.
You don't need to be in an arena. You need to be there.
I don't need to be there. I would lose my mind. I saw how close that was to Fremont too. That tells me it's on the
Yeah, it's on Fremont. It's on Fremont.
They just reinvented Fremont. It's
Yes.
that right there. They just reinvented Fremont, and I see where the Mandalay Bay was compared to Allegiant Stadium. You tell me they're gonna make a walkway from the Mandalay Bay?
They're building a
Or they
walkway.
can build
Yes,
a walkway over the damn highway. Is what you're telling me?
it'd be like a underground, but
Because Allegiant Stadium is on the other side of 15.
yeah.
Oh my Jesus, that is bananas.
Wow.
That is bananas. That is banana, and it's right by the airport. Holy sh!
Yeah, because when you land, right when you
Tony's
land,
expensive in Vegas.
I mean, because
Tony's like this.
every time when I go
Swipe.
when I go to Vegas, I sometimes fly Southwest Airlines or United, but it's always in the same spot because you'll see it. It'll be like Mandalay Bay, Luxor, Excalibur. Now you can see it. It'll be like religious, the stadium. It's right
Dude,
there.
I know where Excalibur is, and I know the congestion in that area as well. You're gonna build
Yes.
another damn walkway over the highway.
I think they might do like an underground.
No, they ain't gonna do underground. They don't need nothing else underground in Las Vegas because underground
Oh,
Las
yeah,
Vegas
that's
ain't
true,
safe.
that's
Don't
true,
do
that's
that.
true.
You don't want-
Or if anything like a specialized tram.
No, you don't need that.
Maybe a
They already
tram.
got one tram going on the side behind it.
Well, yeah, they got the monorail.
What's
Yeah.
that, the SRO, I think it is. That hotel that's out there.
Well, you have like the monorail behind the
Yeah,
MGM
behind the
Grand,
MGM,
but then
going all the
also-
way down.
yeah.
Yeah.
behind the MGM Grand, you got the monorail, but then also too behind
is
Mandalay Bay,
Bananas.
Mandalay Bay, you have a tram that a monorail, a smaller monorail that go from that goes from the Parks MGM to Aria, Cosmopolitan to the Bellagio.
That is sickness, but I love it. That is sickness, but I love it. I would go
But
to
yeah.
that pool and do a damn broadcast from that area. That would be bananas.
I mean, I'm telling you, dude. Like when we walked,
Guess what you ain't
We were
telling
watching-
me? Guess what you ain't telling me? The price of all of this. What are you doing?
I mean, if you're willing to spend $250 a night,
Do I look like?
It's a whole
Do I
lot-
look like I'm going to Santa Monica?
no. That's $500 a night. I said that's what I was going to lead to. I was like, it's cheaper than $500 a night. So you save 50%.
I'm just saying. No, I would. I know where I want to stay in their building and everything. They're congesting that area. And I'll tell you, as somebody who's been to Vegas, they're putting a lot around that airport. Because that's exactly where that stadium is and where that walkway would be. And then you're going to build the walkway over the highway. I think they got one already.
And then also too, there's right by the airport, there's a big massive land because I think they're going to do away with the Tropicana, but they're going to build the ballpark there for the athletics.
Was it the Tropicana or was it Hooters? One of them they were going to tear down for that ballpark.
No, that's not the original
Hooters.
Tropicana, is it? Because
The
they already
original.
knocked
I
that
think
down.
it is the original. Yeah, I think it is.
Is it
It's
the original?
Tropicana.
Wait, that's
yeah,
where the A's are going to play? Right in that area?
right in that, right in that area.
That's crazy. And if
Because right
those
now,
of you who have lived
right
in
now,
Vegas, those of us who have been there, you got to realize the congestion
Yeah.
of all of this madness. Mind you, all of this is going to be right along the strip. All of this is going to be right along the strip. Now, you want everything there. I got that. They built the stadium a little bit off. Now they're going to build the baseball team. What are they going to do when they get another basketball? When they get a basketball team out there? 'Cause you know,
Basketball team.
no. The basketball team plays at the T-Mobile Arena.
they don't
Yeah.
have a basketball team yet.
No. That's
I
where
know.
the basketball team will play.
We'll play. Okay.
That's where they will play because you already have for like the WNBA, you have the
The
Las Vegas
Aces.
Aces.
I thought they played.
They play at the
played-
T-Mobile
And you
Arena.
also have the Vegas Knights.
Don't they have
The Vegas
UNLV?
Knights.
Isn't UNLV where the Aces play at?
I don't know.
Well, no. Well, UNLV, they still have their state, like the football stadium, they still play
The
there.
basketball team too.
I think they still play at their arena.
Okay,
Like UNLV still stays there.
gotcha. But that's a lot of congestion. Good God have mercy. See, this is why you can't go to Vegas in just like a day or two. You got to do it like 4 days. There's a time-
And remember, at least once a month, shout out to JoJo,
Mhm.
there's some type of UFC
Always.
Oh
Always.
yeah.
fight, main card or fight night in Vegas.
Yeah, it used to be like at Mandalay Bay or at the MGM Grand.
Right.
Now you got the T-Mobile Arena there,
You
so
got
it's like
T-Mobile.
boom, you have a bigger venue.
All right, I got to stop all this because we got to get to the point.
You know, overloaded on Las Vegas.
This joker here.
And I'm because I thought I was good to go. I had to make a stretch because I brought with me like 1,700 with me.
Mhm.
And I had to make that stretch because what was blindsided me, I knew about the 150 resort fee,
Mhm.
but
Yeah,
now I had to,
what?
but now I had to put a $200 security deposit, which was in my head. I had to do the math. I'm like, oh man,
The money's gone. I told you that. I told you that 2 years ago. I told you that. That's why my ass hasn't gone yet. You're only thinking about the ticket at the moment.
How much time did you spend at the casino?
very little.
He didn't have no.
The reason why is because I had my coworker Felipe with me, and it was his first time there. So pretty much we were just giving him a tour.
Yes.
And my brother Eric was with me, and he hadn't been to Vegas in 16 years. So I'm trying to get him caught up.
Oh,
He's like, what was that hotel that was under construction when I was here? I was like, right there, the Aria, the Cosmopolitan, that was under construction
16 years ago?
back in 2007.
The Aria and the Cosmopolitan. They weren't in construction yet back then, were they?
It was under construction. It was like they just got the framework up.
The Sahara was down, Dunes was down. They was right there on the strip. I was thinking you were going to say those.
Yeah, but right where the Cosmopolitan, the Aria, the Vidara, that was all under construction back in 2007.
And I should have asked you what was happening down there by Circus because when I was there in 2019, something was under construction over there too.
They built like a Marriott hotel. They built a Hilton hotel.
No, the Hilton Grand's been there. The Hilton Grand was there.
No. They built more.
Wow.
But now I think they're going to build a new hotel casino coming up because Bathurst.
Bathurst was good.
But then on the far side, like 15, 20 minutes off the strip, they just opened up a new hotel casino called the Durango.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's real nice. I saw other YouTubers doing a tour. It's real nice.
Gotcha. All right, let's get back to football, damn it. See, you do this every damn time. Ted, we need you to get caught up on everything from the past week and what you got for this week. Go. And then he told us, I can't with this dude. I can't.
I was on I'm sorry. I was on Twitter X promoting the show.
Oh, okay. Appreciate it.
But what was the question again?
Last week and this week, football wise.
Yeah, your takes on last week and this week. Steelers are
So
on fire.
at what point I go in a totally different direction.
Go
At
for it.
what point how come Dan Campbell and the Lions did not take ownership over that debacle? Everyone is talking about referees and everything else like this, and eligible and ineligible. You usually have the ineligible person or the person wearing the number that's not usually for a receiver, go over to the referee. You had 3, it was botched. Everyone else talked about it, and that became the story.
But on that instance where you say where the 3 went over there, the camera film of the referee, they had all the time in the world. I think that's the biggest thing for me, that they didn't stop, and the referee just took it for granted that the same guy that was calling in was going to call it in. So I see where your point is, and I agree with you.
Maybe it's flawed. Maybe I have a flawed theory. But
because I didn't realize that was an actual strategy they were doing until after the game, and it's like, whoa, they don't want to telegraph it to the Dallas Cowboys. But the thing of it is, the refs, that outrightly decided the game.
Yes.
There's no doubt about that. So I think there's blame on both sides, but I think a lot of it rests, in my opinion, rests on the refs because the refs went by too quickly. The clock wasn't running. They have control of the clock, and he could have just seen it. But you look at it, he's just walking away from him.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a big gap in the communication process right there in that. So I think that's the main nut of what I have a dispute with the refs. I know they have a lot on their plate there and stuff like that. I think overall, the refs on any given game play, it's just those unique ones. It's not the same level as, say, with Kansas City, where the guy was in the, a picture was 1,000 words. He was almost
Right.
kissing the guy on the other side,
Right.
as far as that goes. So, but this is something they have to look at. Now, this referee crew is not going to be in any of the playoffs.
No, they're not.
They are refereeing today. I'm not sure which game they're refereeing, but they are refereeing today.
They're refereeing Detroit because already
They are okay.
The Lions are trolling.
So
yeah,
but it was interesting on that note, Ted, that what you say, and that they have now. I saw a news article that was given to all the teams. This is the procedure to check in.
This is the procedure, and this is something that definitely is going to be looked at in the rule book this offseason.
Oh, yes.
Because it's a mess.
Also, I
Also,
don't know what we're gonna do at Bathurst. I don't know what the hell we're gonna do.
you also have what else was pretty hot? Buffalo. I mean, we're seeing Buffalo surging. We hope that continues into the playoffs. The Dolphins will always show you who they are. I'm sorry for any Dolphins fans, but the 72 Dolphins are never ever going to reappear.
No, they're not. I agree.
Okay. The flip side of what the comment I was going to say, the referees interjecting themselves in every game and deciding these games. I mean, and we go back to the last Super Bowl. Hey, okay, the game is about to end. It's probably one of the greatest Super Bowls I've ever watched, and maybe you guys too. And then that holding call, and then the last 2 minutes is just like, wait, what the heck? It was a great 58 minutes. Yeah, that's really it. And the fact of just getting prepped for Black Monday, and what we have to remember is all these guys, these general managers and coaches, and that are going to be relieved of their duties. They have families, so you sit here, and for Schefter and Rossini and Rappaport and everyone is first to report it, it's going to be a bloodbath, because we already have 3 coaches and or general managers that were relieved halfway through the season. You could see a third of the teams letting go of their coaches. I'll leave it there.
Well, I would say, and to Michael, the Cowboys, to answer your question, but and he asked who's winning the Super Bowl. But with that Detroit situation, one, I think it's about time the Cowboys get a call like that. We've had a couple where the refs took it from us at the end of the game where we would have potentially won. Dez Bryant catch, and it was another one that happened, and it went against us. And when you look at, statistically speaking, even though the refs are supposed to be on top of it, I think I saw where Campbell admitted that they were trying to fool the Cowboys. So in doing so, they weren't clear enough for the referees to understand what they were doing either. And if you think about 100 plays that a referee is managing during the course of a game, just say 100 plays, how many of those plays do they have to account for that particular scenario? It's a very small percentage. So it's easy for them to miss it if the Lions are trying to play some trickery and foolery in the process. And, it appeared the ref acknowledged someone coming off the bench, but he didn't acknowledge the right person or didn't know the right person was there. So it is on them. When you're trying to communicate with someone, you need to be clear that they know that this is what you're doing, that I'm the guy that you need to be dealing with. and not allow that mistake to happen. And I think with the coaching carousel, that has gotten very much extremely vicious here these past couple years. But I think I don't know. I think it's inevitable, because when you see where there are a lot of other coaches that have the potential to lead some teams that may not be getting opportunities, and they're bringing guys in, for whatever reason, I think it's inevitable, and it's going to show. In basketball or even football, they say the ball doesn't lie. And I think when it comes to this situation, they bring people in sometimes for political reasons, not necessarily because they're the best candidate. They get the results that they get because they had other agendas that may have been going on behind the scenes that they were working with, and they have to cut ties. But I think they all know that's what happens at this time of the year. People start getting slashed, and they do have families to take care of. But when you sign up for it, you know what you're getting into, and you know that it's a business. Just like they tell the players, the coaches have to deal with it too. It's a business, and you can be gone just as quickly as you brought in if you don't win this day and age.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah,
very good point.
I just got a hit on Bleacher Report. TJ Watt has an MCL sprain.
Yeah, we said that earlier. I think he was up here.
What's that? 3?
We weren't sure exactly what it was, Tony, but how significant is that? Where will he be able to play?
What grade?
I think it's a 3.
Oh, he's done.
Yeah, he's done. He's done. He won't. I don't think he shouldn't start next season, even though he'll have plenty of time to recover by then. The same way Aaron Rodgers was trying to come back this year. But I would actually tell him, take a minute. Don't do nothing. I don't even suggest training camp right now. Rehab and conditioning more than anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, take the ligament tears. Don't mess around with them.
Yeah, even if you sprained it, still don't. Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. Tim, can you please answer Mike, because he likes to make sure that you're.
Which one? About the Cowboys?
About the Super Bowl? Because this dude,
that's Cowboys. I said Cowboys.
He said Cowboys.
Okay, good.
Just imagine a Texas shootout in Las Vegas, the Texans versus the Cowboys.
You all need a Texas shootout, but you need it in Texas. Vegas will be dope, but y'all need it in Texas. That has to happen. If Dallas and Houston both make the playoffs next year,
have it at the Alamo Dome.
They had the New York Giants against the Buffalo Bills, and the Giants. I made some big money on that game. I was overseas in the service, man. I said, "I'll take it, man."
Boys, that game. That was
I made a killing on that Super Bowl.
Yes, they did.
You didn't make your money because you knew who won before everybody else did.
No. They were still doing it live and stuff in that Super Bowl. That was one of the very first ones, Tim, that they did do live. So it was none of the shenanigans there and stuff like that. We were up late watching that one, and there was a lot of Buffalo Bills. I was diehard. I didn't really care for the Buffalo Bills back then. But to answer Michael Bathurst's question, Buffalo's still the reigning of the 3, I think, as far as that goes. That's potential. Giants, I don't know where they're going to be at.
Rich, you got to be truthful. Buffalo's the only New York team that we have.
That is true. Yes, you are exactly right, Ted. They're the only team that plays in New York, so I'd say Buffalo for sure.
I'm not doing that. Hell no. I'm not doing that. Steelers are not on fire. Steelers just kept Mike Tomlin's job. Brian.
What?
Come on, man. Come on, man. You know what? Let me get this out the way.
The Brian Links.
Please, McQueeze, this joke.
No, to play the first link, that with Chad Ochocinco against Ray Lewis.
I can't pause it to play it. That's why I haven't played it yet. The damn thing don't want to act right with your clip finding.
I was messing with you though, Rich. I know guys used to do that when I was in Korea. They would make bets on games, and they already knew who won, and somehow the people they were taking money from.
Yes, I remember this. When he went to I remember this. Yeah. He tried to block Ray Lewis. Got his bell rung.
You said
big time. That's the one we were talking about earlier.
Yes.
Don't hit those big guys. Because you didn't see me coming. You didn't see him coming.
Wow.
The only
ain't
other
right.
game, Tim, that I ended up winning big. This when I was still single, and when the Lakers were playing the Celtics, and Gerald Henderson in the third game, he ended up changing them around when the Celtics ended up going back. I won big time on that game too.
Okay.
I hear you, Rich. Hang on, let me hear this. I gotta hear this. I'm sorry. You read the comments?
I hit Ray by accident.
By accident?
Oh my God. I thought I was going to win because he didn't see me coming. What happened to you? I tried to hit Ray when he wasn't looking. Hey, I thought I got a good shot, but I failed. Something ain't right. Where? On that play, when Rudy's coming, I tried to blindside Ray. He ran me over.
Yeah. He said something ain't right.
Clocked him. He clocked him.
Yeah, that's no joke right there. You take a shot like that. Playing Sandlot, this kid did that to me. He's probably 245. I was pursuing someone and didn't see him and turned, and he just stood in front of me and wiped me off my feet.
Stonewall.
I had played flag and didn't think I had played flag and didn't think people were big when I was 170. I ran into the dude at about 240. I was running hard. He was right there. I bumped into him. He didn't move, and I was in the air flying.
Right. Yeah.
And then when you land, you be sitting there like, okay, I need to reevaluate life and go back to class.
And like I got leveled once. Like when I was playing in high school, I was playing left defensive end, and I pretty much had tunnel vision. I went in for the play, like got past the tackle, and by the time I knew it, there was a play where the left guard does a pull, and I saw like I had a clear shot at the quarterback, and I was like tunnel vision. Next thing I know, bam! Like I got blocked. I was rolling.
Those are like minor car accidents and stuff like that. That's why I never played football. I was too afraid of breaking a bone. I mean, I was on the cross country team. I was watching football. It's like
But so far, only one person in the NFL that was a little guy that really made an impact on the big dude, and that was when Maurice Jones-Drew put that block on Sean Merriman. He said, "Yeah,
Mojo was no joke. He was no joke.
Yeah,
no joke.
Yeah, because
this week, man. What we going? We got 20 minutes left. Damn it! Y'all keep me up here 2 hours every damn week. Let's get to the point.
All right. Well, I mean, Ted has a lot of questions.
Brian stirs the pot.
No. I'm not stirring the pot. I am whisking the mix.
Whisking the mix.
I am whisking.
Tim hasn't been here in a couple of weeks. You need to let Tim. Tim.
Yeah.
You gotta let Tim have the floor.
Tim, you got questions.
Right back.
You got statements you want to make. Bring them. Go ahead, Brian. You good?
We gotta let Tim have the floor.
Yeah, go ahead, Tim.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I will wait until you all get going, and then I'll jump in.
You've been waiting for an hour. I didn't know if you had anything you wanted to put out there that you've noticed, anything that you've seen, any points that you've ever wanted to make during the time that you've been gone. That's why I was asking, honestly.
I got you. Yeah,
no. What's the most significant game? My question to you, because what's the most significant game that you can say? Like for me, I don't care about any of the other games except the Bills beating Miami. But is there a significant game today, the last week?
Yeah, I tend to get tunnel vision. Like Alabama games and the Cowboys for the most part. So I kind of hang on and ride the roller coaster with the Cowboys and see what they're going to do, and hope that they aren't playing someone that has higher than a 500 record, and risk the major disappointment. But they pulled this one out with Detroit, so it's possible. I think that may be the beginning of something this year, and we may get past the first round and ultimately end up in the Super Bowl this year. And it may be the Ravens that's in there, that other team. I think that has
on the Ravens all season. Right now, the radar for a lot of people is the Browns. The Browns, they sneaking back in there. Flacco's back to his old self. But they have us a Flacco wacko flames going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Flacco defense is blazing too.
And Ted had brought that up a couple days ago in the chat we got, how he turned down going back to the Jets, I believe. Right, Ted?
No, the Jets turned him down.
That's what it was.
That's what it was. The
Goodness
Jets
gracious.
said to him,
True Armor is in the building. What's good, bro?
True Armor.
Last I
said,
saw True Armor, the Lingerie Bowl was in Atlanta. Good luck. I ain't going. What's up, bro?
He called, so right after the Aaron Rodgers 4 snaps, coming in with the flag,
Right.
Captain America game.
Yes.
He called the Jets to see if there was any interest. No, we're good. Thank you.
They should have been good with Aaron Rodgers. I'll give them that. But it
after injury.
That's a damn shame.
After the injury.
But they invested in Zach Wilson and Mike White. Mike White hasn't really played this much.
No, Mike White went and signed with Miami.
So he's gone.
He was gone. The only option was Zach.
So the only 2 options for quarterback right now is Zach Wilson and Aaron Rodgers, and that's it.
Yeah.
There should have been a third one some damn where.
Well, they got someone from the practice squad. The GM, Aaron Rodgers, at the beginning of the season told them to sign Tim Boyle.
That's right. I did see Tim Boyle was up there.
Mm-hmm.
And they got Trevor Siemian. I forgot about that. They got Trevor Siemian.
And all those guys are gone now.
Right now it's Trevor Siemian and Brett Rippon.
Mm-hmm. So the other thing was the last night we were talking offline, and we said Gardner Minshew was signed for $3.5 million.
Small money. In NFL terms, that's small money.
How did the Jets, how are all these backups, which were so key? And this is Michael Bathurst brought this up on his broadcast on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
These backups, which are so key, which played such a huge part in this league, this year's this calendar year, the Jets whiffed on all of that.
Nobody wants to go down, I think. And then they're turning people down. Why would you want to go now? They're getting what they deserve. In a lot of people's eyes. They were Super Bowl bound under Rex Ryan. He spoke on that. If anybody watches Real Sports with Brian Gumbel, it was about, I'll say 10 years ago now. They did an interview with him. He was talking about how they had everything in place to make it to the Super Bowl, and it just started getting rid of people.
And what's the deal? Thumbs down to HBO. They canceled Brian Gumbel's monthly show.
Brian Gumbel was going to retire. Mind you, he's been doing that for about 25 years.
Right.
He's got 25 years with Good Morning America. Now he's got 25 years with HBO. It's 50 years of broadcast. What else is he going to say? As far as that show, and I will say this, I used to watch it religiously. Seriously, I used to watch it. There's nothing else for him to cover unless it's new. He doesn't have to do it every month. He could come back damn near every season.
Tony, 12 shows a year. Come on.
Yeah,
but
Ted,
I think he might start up his own broadcast.
I will tell you this. I will tell you to somebody who watched him from the beginning. There's nothing else for him to cover. He didn't cover skiing, climbing Mount Everest, gambling, and sports.
I think he's a great football analyst and do the gameplay. Yeah,
I think that's BS.
And he doesn't do the opinion. All he does is the facts.
The facts.
That's all he does. He has nothing left to.
So you're gonna cancel a guy who
I don't think they cancel him. I think he's done. I think he's done. He's done 50 years of it.
And all the investigative reporters that fall under him,
they can do their own stories. He picked them all. He picked up Soledad Brown, which was phenomenal to me.
Right.
He picked up Soledad Brown.
Yes.
He picked up the Brat. That was phenomenal to me, honestly. If you watch all the shows Brian Gumbel did, there's nothing else for him to talk about. There really isn't. He done been all over the world. Talking about every aspect of sports, the dirt behind soccer, how they make the soccer balls. It's a whole lot of child labor. They're doing it by stitching.
Well, you could say that about Jim Nantz and Dan Patrick too, Tony.
Right.
They're still doing it. So I think he still could bring something to the table, though.
Right.
I think he might do his own. I think he might do his own podcast.
I think he's tired. I think he's
Dan
tired.
Patrick is setting his own calendar.
Oh yeah,
That's how you do it.
Yeah,
You let him set his own calendar. You don't cancel him.
I don't think they canceled him. I really don't. I think he retired.
Oh, HBO? I wouldn't be surprised.
Check
Yeah.
back about 2-3 years ago
It-
and see if he said. I think I saw something where he said he was going to retire. That's where I'm coming from.
okay.
And
I hope
honestly,
so.
he covered so much on every damn sport. I'm so serious. Y'all can watch all of his shows over the past 25 years and tell me I'm lying. I'll tell you this as a fan. I used to watch it. Literally, I would be up like this.
Oh, same here. Same here.
Yes.
He could have asked for more money than he knew they were willing to pay. So they
Really, Mike. Thank you, Mike. That was you doing that, but I appreciate it.
Well, I mean, Brian Gumble could cover a power slap league.
No, you can have that, Brian. That's all you. That's all you.
I don't think so, Brian. No.
You and JoJo. But honestly, Brian Gumble covered so much. He even covered a chick that was born. It was a woman who was born in Chernobyl, born with deformities, everything that she went through, and I think she got an Olympic medal. I don't know what else he can do, but he has had a phenomenal career. I know people crack on him or whatever, but if you watch his show, he don't do the opinions. They go out there, they talk to the people. They out there for a while. I'm quite sure they would give him a blank check and let him do what he wants to do, but I think he's tired. I really do.
That could be, yeah. Even though the fans want him and stuff like that, and I think he'd.
And I'm with you, Ted. I would love to keep watching it. I actually stopped. I don't even know what the hell else he's going to talk about. I really don't, man. He covered everything. He's the one that talked to the dude that said every major sport is fixed. Every last one of them, and they have been for decades. Football, basketball, NASCAR, horse racing, soccer, every major sport. And he was the one, every time I talk about when the guy was like, he was going to play soccer, they told him not to get his points. He was like, I got to make the money. They was like, you won't if you're not able to walk. They pretty much threatened him. It was his show that I caught that on. When they talked about what's going on in Qatar and the Persian Gulf area, how they're shipping people in, surgically altering them to look like natives and making them work 10, 12 hours. All the major buildings you see down there, slave labor. He covered it. As a matter of fact, the kids of one of the princes, I think one of the kings, saw the show and went and asked their dad, is this really true? That was one of the follow-up episodes. I got all that mess off of Real Sports Brian. Y'all need to watch all that mess. You're bored. You're sitting up here. You don't talk to nobody. You don't deal with nobody. And you don't go nowhere. Sit your ass down and watch some Real Sports with Brian Gumble for a month and tell me if I'm lying.
I need him to investigate that Alabama-Michigan game.
Ask him. He'll do it.
I got
Big Gregory answers. Watch. Mike,
That's good. That's good.
Mike, this is where I get on you, Mike. How do you know we're not sharing this on X when you know how to share on X?
Yes, we are. We are, Mike.
How do you know this, Mike? Mike, you're a great advertiser. You're a great advertiser.
Is this a football show?
Okay, let me ask you a question. Is this really Michael Bathurst? Is this
Real Michael
really your Facebook?
This Mike, this started as a football show, but then morphed into the sports reporters.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like that.
Insight. Sports insight.
I like
Yes.
that. Dude. I like that. We got football. You cover basketball with Danny Thompson. You got Brian over there with the Pirates. I like that. I like that. That's how you properly.
So, Tim, saying about football, Tim and Ted, what do you guys think about the upcoming in March 30th, the USFL?
Good question, Rich.
I gotta get into it. I gotta start doing my homework because I'm guessing we're going to continue Bell Kings through the year, and we can cover.
I was saying that last year to Tony as far as that goes too with the USFL.
UFL.
That is such Rich's field. He stayed on it more than I will, and I have to credit Rich. I wanted to. There was nothing I could say. I was like, what am I going to talk
you got to know the teams.
You got to know the teams.
Right, yeah.
Rich
You got to start doing your homework.
That is Rich's world. Rich has the USFL.
Yeah.
I mean, the UFL.
I'm loving the St. Louis team. They're the team I'm riding, So they got some good. They play some good football too. I don't care what Michael says about them. But USFL.
Ted, I gotta ask you a question. Go ahead.
Or what? It's the UFL, I should say. The UFL.
I gotta ask you a question.
I think they're going to be. It's a progression. They're combining two groups together where they had to do a little finagling with the Houston teams there because Houston, they're really entrenched in.
It has been confirmed and clarified, so they're going to break it down. So yeah, we did have the Houston Gamblers and the Roughnecks, but they're going to go ahead and proceed with the Roughnecks,
Roughnecks, yeah.
which
they're
yes,
they're a
because
good team. They're a good yeah, yeah. And I'm just saying, I'm looking forward to this. As far as I was a little surprised. I don't remember them saying anything about combining it because I wasn't really following it with the NFL season going on. But this is great news. And this could be a segue right after March. Well, March Madness, I think that's going to supersede this because I'm a March Madness fan there. But there's still a lot of sports to go on to, and we talked about this last year, Tony and I, as far as carrying it out through. You can still continue the broadcast and stuff like that.
It shouldn't be just 20 weeks.
Just for the record, Mike, I got this on my Twitter. Why are you asking me that?
Mike, I'm also sharing it.
Yes.
And I just shared Tony's tweet. Just go to Tony's.
I got everybody's channels linked. I appreciate y'all for having channels on there. Mike, you know these things. What are you doing? Where are you going? You change your meds? Have you drank your water this morning? Did you sleep last night? What's going on? Talk to me.
who stole your kombucha tea?
Yeah. Have you had your echinacea today? Your ginkgo biloba. I don't know what's going on. No, for real. The UFL, honestly, Rich covered that last year. Big ups to Rich for covering the XFL and USFL last year. I said we follow his league because he'll be on it more than I will. Based on what's going on, I didn't have much to cover. There wasn't much for me to say. It was legitimate football. I did do a couple of short clips on it. Had no debate with it. Couldn't contest it. People thought it was boring because it wasn't the NFL, but they played good games from what I saw. And I think Rich was the one that was telling, either Rich or Mike, that was telling me how St. Louis had the biggest crowd, I believe.
Well, the St. Louis Battlehawks survived the 200. This is Sports Illustrated. Yeah, they survived the 2020 version of the XFL, and the Battlehawks survived the 2023 version of the XFL. Now St. Louis is one of the 4 XFL teams that has been invited to play in 2024 USFL, which is merging between the XFL. I mean, every time I watched the St. Louis team, their stands were freaking packed. And I'm thinking, wow. And this is the first year with them. The other teams, they were, I'm not too hip about having one location and stuff because
like to do with Birmingham. Yeah.
Birmingham, they had the fan base there where the other teams that was a disadvantage. But and the thing of it is, we're hearing how the NFL is drawing from that talent, even this season.
Yes.
Because they're the big money. They're like the WWE of football. They're the big money.
But what really needs to happen is they need to embrace, because, okay, you can't have USFL and XFL, so you combine it. NFL needs to embrace it as the feeder. As the feeder league.
The USFL
Developmental.
They had their own. They were taking losses, so they had to find a way to decrease the loss, and draw the audience together.
And I think it was ingenious with holding all your games in Birmingham, because then you don't have to pay all the high cost of expenses.
There's a cost factor. Yeah, I agree with
all
that.
This other stuff.
But you can't have every season like that.
No, you can't. And then it's also good for you to have Fox and NBC covering this cost, helping you, broadcast your games and the like. It's all what we talked about before. It's all about skin in the game.
It is about skin in the game. I think they need more than one location. Birmingham was good because Birmingham is always welcoming to new teams for football. If we haven't noticed anything over the past 23, 24 years, they did that with the original XFL.
With the Stallions.
I'm surprised that AAF didn't come up. It's one of the other leagues that tried to come in, and I see
that. The
now,
AAF was great.
Remember them?
Put the XFL, the USFL, and the AAF together with the.
Wasn't that Ebersol's son?
I'm not sure who it was, but it didn't last.
I think it was Ebersol's son. They ran out of money.
You got cities that want teams that don't want to deal with the NFL. This is where The Rock is going to capitalize big time to me. And if you really want to hurt some feelings, you really want to do something crazy, find a city like Las Vegas that's growing and people are going to, and put it.
There's possibilities there down the line.
Absolutely.
Like I said, I think even the NFL, when the XFL was first starting as one of the original spring leagues and stuff. They didn't even touch it. Now they're talking about it because there's some and with the fan base, there's some legitimacy and stuff. What's your take on it, Tim? As far as the USFL,
Before Mike asks me again, Tim.
Yeah, it seems like it has been a feeder for the NFL. A few people that I've seen. I know like Cowboys, they have two guys that came from there, the kicker and Cavante Turpin, the return guy. But I honestly, it's one of those things where I have to be sitting there and flipping through the TV and I see it, and then I may watch it, but I don't go out of my way to find those games for some reason. They just haven't drawn me in.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
One reason or another. I can't really explain it.
I think it's because of the NFL primarily. Mike, to answer your question, the future quarterbacks of the NFL right now, I want to say Stroud, Jalen Hurts, Tua. We got a resurgence. We got a resurgence in Geno and Tyrod, so I can't call them the future, but we have a bit of a resurgence with them. And I think I'm gonna stick with Goff for a minute in that mix.
Don't forget what's the name? He played reckless this year, but he showed a lot of upside.
Richardson.
He's gonna get healthy. Yeah, once he gets healthy, yes, those definitive ones. But CJ Stroud and Stroud are the man right now.
Okay. Did you guys see who was running? Who's going to be at the head of the USFL? For the past two seasons, Daryl Johnson, the former Pro Bowl fullback, and Fox has handled the day-by-day operations, but he's embracing the new challenge as head of the USFL football operations. So right there, that guy is a premier guy right there.
The CFL was actually brought in to merge with the XFL, and they turned it down. I did see that story a couple of weeks ago.
Remember?
Yeah, that's now. Mind you, the CFL
like about 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
They're holding them. They're holding their own. The CFL is doing fine.
Yeah.
They don't need the XFL, but I would have loved to have seen that for more of an international competition that the people are looking for the same way hockey has it. I think that would have made a lot of sense, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, like the AAF. I mean, like I love that league because I still have my T-shirt, the San Antonio Commanders.
Yeah, y'all had a team. You got Orlando, you got San Antonio. For the love of God,
San Diego
had Alabama all you want, but Birmingham keeps drawing in NFL teams. Does anybody else noticing that? Is anybody else noticing that besides me? Birmingham will welcome any and every team, and y'all don't want to put one there. The hell is y'all doing?
Yeah.
Crazy.
The hell is Orlando needs one. They've been there forever. You got Disney. Orlando could be just as big as Vegas if y'all did right.
Yeah.
Where you gonna put bad boy. That's the truth. I didn't think about it.
But yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm really excited the XFL USFL merger. Because now that they split it up, the Roughnecks are going to be on the USFL side, which would make sense. That way, you're still kind of honoring and paying homage to the Gamblers.
Yes.
So that does make sense. And man, if you get some teams from the AFL, that would be cool too. But then there'll be a conflict because you have the San Antonio Commanders, then you got the San Antonio Brahma.
Right.
Which I thought was a bull until Tony told me.
It is a bull. You thought
it is a bull.
No, I thought a bull. Okay, I thought it was a chicken.
It was a chicken.
It was the opposite. I thought it was a chicken or something like that. Tony corrected me.
Yeah, my buddies and I were talking about. We're like, yeah, now we could go to a San Antonio anytime we want. Now go watch an away game.
Yeah,
but we'll watch San Antonio only. We're not going to go to Arlington to watch that.
There's Mike,
that godforsaken crap of land called Dallas.
Oh Jesus Christ!
There's Mike saying the CFL means comedy. No, I like the CFL. I watch the CFL. He's a Canadian. He's ragging on his own
because the league gets laughed at by a lot of people.
No, I think it's just from the football stand, it's a different style play and stuff like that. But I think the more you watch it, it just and I think by watching the CFFL, that's why I was drawn to the XFL and the USFL, and even more so with the new league starting now and stuff like that. It's good football. It's some good play. Sometimes you get a bad game, but for the most part, I think these games, and I agree. you got to be drawn in, like Tim said. If you don't have any interest, like at first I'm like, okay, I'll watch an occasional game, but when there's nothing else on, and I guess I'm at that point in my life where I really enjoy sitting down watching a good football game.
Yes.
Yes.
And again, the CFL has been around too,
Yeah,
so they've
exactly,
been doing
and
it. So
they've
they
got some great
have
players. There's some great players that have come out of the CFL into the NFL as far as that goes.
Well, then also too, there's other guys that hit rock bottom that pretty much are like, all right, I'll go to the CFL. I mean, Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. Well, Johnny. I'll start with Johnny. All right, y'all. Let's wrap this
But
up. We had two.
But he hit rock bottom.
We had 2 hours. Let's wrap this up. Final thoughts this week. Game starting in 13 minutes. Go.
I'll start. I'm just going to say, go Bills,
Okay.
and win the division. And thank you, Tony, as always, for inviting me up. It's been a great season as far as that goes. We finished up the 18th week and stuff like that, and I feel very honored to be with the other gentlemen here, Tim, Ted, Brian, and Michael when he's up here. I think this is a very greater success. Last year was great. This is even greater. So we're getting great.
Season,
so this is good to cross feeds off other individuals there on the sport that we love. Thank you.
I appreciate you riding along as somebody who had no idea what fantasy football really was about and trying to learn. I do thank you for that, honestly, man. We've been watching each other, supporting each other for almost 3 years now. I'm grateful.
You're welcome, Tony. My
Brian,
pleasure.
your thoughts. And no more damn clips, just your thoughts, damn it.
Well. No, overall though, I mean, best of luck to the teams out there, especially best of luck to the Tennessee Titans to knock off the Jacksonville Jaguars, so that way Houston become the AFC South champions and go all the way.
Gotcha. Ted, what you got, bro?
2 things. The Jets are going to curb stomp the Patriots today.
They need to.
In the Bill, I was about to say Parcells, Bill Belichick reign, in the 17-game losing streak against the Patriots. I don't believe any of this stuff I'm saying, folks. All right. And no, I just look forward to Wild Card Weekend. I look forward to the fun shouldn't stop with Bell Kings. Let's do it through the playoffs. Let's run it through the playoffs. Do some analysis of some of these teams. We can do deep dives and everything else like that. And it's a pleasure being on this panel with you fine gentlemen. And lastly, shout out to Nonsensical Nonsense. We're going to work out our schedule. Your agent will call my agent. I'm coming up there to make my 2024.
If you don't hurry up before I get in his ass, if you don't hurry up and finish your
2024 appeance.
I'm gonna get
I'm coming.
I'm taking a nap for that one.
I'm on Glick's ass. Tim, hold on 1 second, bro. You got the last word, but I'm on Glick's ass. I got on him last night.
You did?
Yeah, I got on him last night. He ain't been up here all damn season. I've been up there on his show this season more than he's been on mine. I got on his case. Don't talk to me about no bullshit ass podcasts, some sorry ass podcasts, some weak ass podcasts, the shit we do up in here, and you don't even want to be there for people the same way we've been there for your monkey ass. Shave your beard, congratulations on everything. You still talk too much and stop drinking so much beer. I'm on your ass. I'm sorry. Tell me you're up.
Yeah, I don't take light beer drinkers seriously.
Oh man, fire from the hills.
Yes.
But I would say, even though the Belichick reign may be over in New England, he probably is the most masterful defensive planner and schemer there is. Tom Brady helped them win games. They needed each other. Well, he needed Brady to really pull things off.
Yeah.
But it still has been impressive to see them face teams of any caliber and defensively put together something that was great to watch. But I would also add Bryce Young to that list that Tony had of the quarterbacks. Even though this year has been difficult, there have been, in my opinion, some flashes that indicate he's getting more comfortable and the pressure is wearing off. I think he's not feeling as much pressure. And when I say pressure, I think about the idea of Joshua Dobbs.
Mm.
When he bounced around this year, there was nothing to lose. So he just balled out and he played street ball.
He did that one game with the Vikings. I agree with that. Yes, sir. I agree with that.
Until Minnesota put a little pressure that we need you to settle in. We need you to be the guy now. So we need to get out of the street ball mindset. And things kind of fell apart. So now he isn't started anymore. Yeah, exactly. And similarly for Flacco at this point, because even though he does have a track record, he's won a Super Bowl. At this point, coming off the street, there's no pressure. I mean, what are the Browns going to do without him at this point? So he doesn't have any pressure. So it's easy to perform when you aren't looking over your shoulder. And essentially, there's nothing to lose at that point. And I think that was valuable and beneficial for him. Having Amari Cooper doesn't hurt either, because I don't think he's coverable, really. Cooper, not if he's got someone that can get the ball to him.
Man, listen.
With that,
that's yes, I agree with that. Yeah. Amari Cooper is 100% healthy. Him and Flacco can work it out. Ted, I just saw what you put up there. Tim, were you done? I'm sorry. I mean.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
We brought this up before. Devontae Adams to the Jets for a couple of trades. I see that happen if Devontae Adams wants to go. The Raiders are going to fight to keep him. I don't see them getting rid of him without having some major picks. To give up major picks. If Aaron Rodgers is going to be healthy and stay there, cool. We don't even know if he's going to stay healthy the way he popped his damn leg this season already. So they may be careful with making that move, but I would like to see that.
I think that happens. That's probably the first order of business this offseason.
I would think it would be. But who would they get rid of? I was just looking at the Jets roster. Jesus Christ.
No, you just give them picks because there's so much money that's owed.
There's money that's owed, but can the Jets afford it? Sure, they can. But does anybody want to be there? Yeah. You want to play with Aaron Rodgers, but what if he ain't playing? Then you're going to be pissed like Dalvin Cook was. I can't believe they lost Dalvin Cook. Imagine Dalvin Cook, Devontae Adams, and everybody else on that damn squad. Super Bowl. I said
fix that O-line first.
They got to fix the O-line. That's fine. And see, if you're somebody – let me stop because I ain't on the field. Gentlemen, I appreciate y'all being here. Look, I honestly got to admit, your league is the only league still going right now. A lot of what we covered today is going to be for those of us who are playing in your league, even though you get on my nerves and you got too many tattoos to cover up the BS of your life. But I understand that. We still homeboys. We came up last night. We tripped out. That was fun. That was cool. Gentlemen, I thank each and every last one of y'all, everybody who's been in the chat. Bathurst, you had a link. You didn't come up. You better be sick. No, I'm not bringing you on camera. Hell no. This is the part that makes me sick. This is the part that
continues
right here.
It continues.
This is the part of you all that make me sick right here. You got 5 minutes. And don't talk slow.
So good to see you all. Thank you for being here. What a beautiful crowd we have here. Thank you.
This is cool.
This is the best.
I need a countdown clock.
Can I ask? I just want to ask questions. I don't want to say anything. I just want to ask questions.
Can I ask you a question first,
No,
please?
No.
Is it about something about the Texans?
No, it's not about the Texans.
Mike Evans? Did you know he's
Stroud? No.
Oh, okay.
Something we can cover on your broadcast.
Okay.
I saw how Ted did that right there.
Have a problem?
I saw how Ted did that right there. I saw what you did, Ted.
What?
I saw what you did, Ted.
Wait, does the NFL and the four major sports have a problem? Because Gen Z doesn't care about sports. They care about their screens. I wanna do a deep dive with you and maybe a few of it doesn't have to be today. It could be next week. They don't care.
They don't care. You're right.
They're not attending church. They're not buying homes. They're not doing anything. They're living in their little micro apartments and everything else like that.
But you know what? You've got your whole life is out of whack. You're not worried about if Taylor Swift is going to marry Travis. That's what matters.
That's what matters.
That's what matters. You've got your priorities all upside down.
So I want to talk with you about that. About millennials and Gen Z.
Okay. Can I ask Tim a question?
Yeah. I'll turn my mic off. That was the only thing.
Thank you so much. Tim, this is...
Yeah.
I noticed you have a fascination with the Cowboys. I have a love for the Cowboys.
Okay.
Okay. Do you think there is a chance they can make the final?
There's a chance. There's always a chance. I think one of the good parts about it is Jerry isn't selling tickets to the Super Bowl this year like he did, or giving away tickets. I think he was offering Super Bowl tickets about 4 or 5 years ago, as though Dallas was absolutely going to be there. But there's a chance. There's a chance. And like I said, I think this Detroit game could be the turning point that's needed. You know, the pathway to championship and being the greatest, you always have to have some adversity. And some of it, you can't really consider adversity. It was just falling apart and fumbling the ball along the way. But Detroit was more a game of adversity, I would say, and they managed to get through it. And I look for moments like that in games, even the Alabama game, when I heard what Milroe said before the game, I was like, oh no. When I saw them not get that interception at the beginning, and there were a couple other plays that just like, okay, these are divine moments that are indicators that, hey, things are not going our way. And I think that could be one of those games for the Cowboys this year.
Okay. Are you happy with some of the players that they've got this year? Do you feel like they're going to have to change offensively to be better? Because I think they're depending too much on CD Lamb. Like he is one of the best receivers in the world right now.
Okay, we're going to extend this show. Let's go. Well, I know you didn't just say that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think he is. He's one of he's a top 5 for sure receiver in the league, I believe. And I think once he matured after Cooper left, that gave him the opportunity to show it. You know, you could see too much frustration. He was in his head too much in the beginning. But as far as having the pieces, they probably do. I think they have the pieces already. And of course, they're going to get to add some during the draft this year. But I think they have the pieces. It's just a matter of the mindset. And we've seen a couple times where the coaching put them in bad positions as well. The decision-making created some problems along the way for the Cowboys, I think.
I want to add to that if you don't mind. Tim, will you finish?
Go ahead. Yeah,
okay, absolutely. I didn't want to cut you off. They actually had CeeDee Lamb ranked as one of the number 1 receivers in the NFL at the beginning of the season. I questioned it based on his previous seasons. This season, he has shown it. He's got the most – I think he broke the franchise record for receiving yards this season with the Cowboys. Somebody check that play. I think he did do that. Mike, I know you said they depended on him too much. He wants them to. They drafted him as one of their top receivers ever. I think he is their number 1 receiver. He is working on being the new Michael Irvin of their squad. He's actually
he broke his record last week.
And when he was getting drafted, when I was in the other leagues that I was in, I picked players out of the draft. That's why y'all hear me say the name so much. I picked him just off of what I saw from the highlight reel. He hasn't disappointed me yet. He really hasn't. He wants to be the man. I don't think they're depending on him too much. He wants that pressure because he wants to get it. He wants to make sure it happens. Him and Brandon Cooks as their wide receivers, phenomenal. Because Brandon Cooks is so way overdue from when he was down there in Texas. Brian, am I lying? Wasn't he with the Texans?
He's sick. He's sickened by all this cowboy talk. He just went.
He's been everywhere.
Well, CeeDee Lamb on that game against Detroit, 24-year-old, officially set the Cowboys franchise records for both receptions, 122, and receiving yards, 1,651 in a single season. It's a real moment, Lamb said after winning via a team transcript. Yeah, I think it's the number he's wearing. He wore number 80. He's wearing
Michael Irvin's number. He's wearing Michael Irvin's number. And he was doing what Dez Bryant was
It's his number now.
No, that's still Mike's. That's going to be Mike's. No, he ain't get a Super Bowl yet. He got to get 3 Super Bowls to make it his number. He got to get 3 of them.
Okay.
I'm not having that. I'm not having it. He's there. Dez Bryant was trying to do it. Dez Bryant was on the way before he got hurt. CeeDee Lamb did what he needed to do. Now he's trying to do what needs to be done for the franchise, in my opinion. And I'll say it like that on purpose because when you get drafted top, you want to prove your worth. I think he's done it. Previous seasons, he was dropping the ball. He was pissing me off. But
and that was his immaturity.
Yes. And it's not so much the immaturity. It's about being comfortable with the position, and then the team relying on you. Everything's falling in his way. So this is good for them. Brandon Cooks is excellent to be out there with him. He'll look like Michael Irvin and Joey Galloway did back in the day. See, that's how long I've been watching the Cowboys. For all y'all think I'm bandwagon, the hell with y'all. They can do this, even with Tony Pollard. Dak is looking very well amongst all criticisms. The only problem with their team right now is you
Again, Jake Ferguson
of your predecessors, if you will. That's the only thing against the Cowboys. We know that we're waiting on them to mess up. Prove to us that you don't mess up or can't mess up or won't mess up. Let me just say won't mess up. You're going to have stuff happen in football. The previous Cowboys recovered. You all don't look like you recover well enough. And yeah, we know it's any given Sunday, but you all have been looking in sync for a Super Bowl for about 5 seasons now. Let's be 1,000. But this is an accident waiting to happen. You right now are running your division. You have to lose for the Eagles to get in, and the Eagles are just in the Super Bowl. So the ball's in the Cowboys' court.
Yeah, utilize Jake Ferguson a lot.
Come up here in the damn beginning because you're going to wait till the end. I'm supposed to be gone, and now I got to keep talking. All right,
Tony, poor Brian has tried to get in twice, and you just
Brian,
you barreled over him.
I did.
He's emotional when you talk about the Cowboys.
I know. I feel like Chad Ochocinco right now.
You should. You don't know what happened.
Something ain't right. No. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like as far as the passing game, like spread the ball out evenly, but it's still you have Jake Ferguson who is like your safety valve. So if CD Lamb's covered, Brandon Cooks is covered, Pollard, he's being blocked up, and then because there've been numerous times where Jake Ferguson would be open. I'm like, throw it to Ferguson. Utilize Jake Ferguson.
You got to utilize Jake Ferguson.
And I think one of the biggest things though that has happened for the Cowboys that really didn't appear to be present in recent years is the camaraderie, and they appear to be playing for one another at this point. And I
could see that too. I'm not even a Cowboy fan. I agree with that totally. As far as you see the sidelines and stuff, exactly, Tim.
Right. When guys play for one another and they care about one another, it's hard to beat a team that's united and working together like that and enjoying themselves. But before, it didn't feel like they had that previously, especially before Dan Quinn got there. So I think that's a big part of what's happening as well. And that can take you a long way, even if you don't have all the top tier players in all the key positions. If you have at least a couple, but I think they have more than enough to go all the way with it. And like I said, these decision making at critical points in the game, that's been a problem though. And if that can get cleaned up, they'll be okay.
Right.
Tony, can I ask a question? Not a statement, just a question. Okay, thank you. I'll take that as a yes. Fireman Rich, I didn't get to hear because I was busy. I had a few people. I'm really excited to know about next year who you think is going to be the most dynamic New York team. I think the
Bills will continue. The Jets have the possibility of. There's always a possibility next season, but I think the Bills, with this up and down season, I would say continuing with the Bills and stuff like that. The Giants, they got to dig out of a hole and stuff. They got a lot to go. The Jets are more promising than the Giants right now, so it's the Giants. It'll be the Bills, Jets, and then the Giants in that order from a New York fan.
I want to thank Fireman Rich for everything he does. He's one of those guys like the glue at the back of the scene here. Nobody knows. We know. We cry most nights. Tony is the barrel with the boat. We won't go there. Okay, so let's imagine Joe. Hi, how you doing? Joe Flacco wins the Super Bowl. Let's say he wins it. No, just let me finish. He wins the Super Bowl. Will we then get rid of Aaron Rodgers and sign Joe Flacco to where he should have been when they could have got him for $1.44 and a couple of bags of chips?
How about our New York Jets senior advisor answer?
He won the Super Bowl. The Browns won't let him go.
No, it doesn't matter what. It matters what Aaron wants. Don't you realize that?
Watch what
Aaron
happens.
gets what Aaron wants.
Yeah,
But
no,
Mike, what to answer that, I think if you look at what Tim said about gelling, I think Flacco, he is probably gelling a lot better with the Cleveland team than he did with the Jets because
we got to figure that out. I
there's
don't
a
understand
major
how-
factor. I'm not sure what it is, and it probably comes down to he gets along with the team a lot better and stuff.
You know why it works? Veteran players. I didn't think about that. That team is full of veteran players. Full.
Mm.
The Browns are full of veteran players
Yeah.
that won a championship. They look like how the original Carolina Panthers did. All of them were a bunch of veterans, and they went to the playoffs. Now back when Kevin Green and all them were there, remember that when they first started?
Yeah.
They're full of veteran players. So Cleveland and the sports supporters are talking about that. This may be one of the most dangerous teams out right now. They just might be. We had our eyes everywhere else, and the NFL snuck something in there like that with Joe Flacco. And Joe Flacco looking like he's been resurged. This is actually good for Cleveland. And Cleveland is one of those hungry teams that hasn't been in the playoffs, the finals, the championships in decades. This is a great story. This is a moneymaker.
You know what I love, Tony? Is that you said the Browns were going to win this year.
When did I
You
say
said that they were going to take the world on fire.
I did?
And there was this one, this wonderful
Yeah,
quarterback.
I think in
This
the beginning you mentioned
did. You said this wonderful quarterback was going to take them all the way. You just had the wrong name. You had the wrong name, and then there was some guy named Chubb or something who's no longer there either. And what's really important is to pay a quarterback way more money than he's worth and have him sit. I think that's important for the Browns. What do you guys think?
I think Deshaun Watson, I'm not entirely sure what happened, but this was supposed to be his season. This really was.
It was, according to you.
The Browns. Yeah, this was supposed to be his
Deshaun
season.
Watson's done.
What? Brian, he said something. Go ahead, Brian.
Deshaun Watson's done.
Why would you say that?
I mean, because with all the off the field shenanigans and everything, and then plus, like, even when he was really healthy, he still played like dog shit. Glick could testify to that.
In Cleveland.
In Cleveland.
Okay.
In Cleveland. So Deshaun Watson, he'd be lucky if he made third string quarterback. If he
Wow.
I mean, he might be the Blaine Gabbert of the league.
Okay, Brian.
But-
while we got you here, are you excited about next year?
I am very excited.
When Tank Dell comes back, and Nico Collins, and a guy named C.J. Stroud, who was considered to be a bum and not intelligent enough to be in the league.
You know what I just figured out?
What?
You know what I just figured out, Mike?
What?
You're pulling the JoJo on us with football. Good
No
job.
way. No, come on, man.
Good job.
We're good. We're good. Hey, come on. You're painting me ugly again. Tim,
Good job.
Tim calls me the disruptor. You're like a whole other.
You are a straight Romulan disruptor right now.
Wow. Whoa.
Oh yeah. So Brian, are you excited though? Tell me the truth.
I am very excited. I'm very confident. It's like what I've been saying all year. I'm confident in the team. I'm confident. I said, even though, yes, without the key players such as Tank Dells, but I kept saying, we'll be fine. We're okay.
He did say that from the beginning of the season. I have to give you that, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
You were very confident on the Texans from day one. You were.
Yeah,
And
because
correct.
Yeah, because the energy that D'Amico Ryans put in. I mean, all the guys. I mean, think about it. I mean, it's full circle. From Alabama, became a Houston Texan, played with the Texans, then ended up going to Philly, played with them for a little bit, played with another team. Then after that, he like quietly retired. Then became a linebackers coach for the 49ers. Then later became defensive coordinator. And that same year, he's been to the Super Bowl with the 49ers. And so now and now he's head coach full circle back to the team that gave him the opportunity.
Yeah.
You can't beat the story like that.
But you know what I'm excited about? This is what I'm excited about. First year as a coach, right? Starting quarterback.
Rookie.
Tank Dell, coolest name ever, got injured right away. And zero respect from Tony D. Zero respect when we used to talk about it.
I didn't.
We used to talk about this team called the Titans. Who are the Titans?
We remember.
And then on top of that, so you got a rookie head coach. You have good rookie, and outstanding plays on the offense, but then also too. Let's talk about the Texas defense, led by Will Anderson
Go
Jr.
for it. Yes.
So the defense, you stopped on the run. Now, like I said, I was really mind blown because like how back-to-back games with Tennessee, they shut Derrick Henry down. When in the last few years, Derrick Henry would have a field day against the Texans on the
Okay.
run,
I got you
but
now.
they shut him down. Jonathan Taylor last night, hey, props to him and props to the Colts offensive line. Jonathan Taylor almost got 200 yards. That's the most anybody's gotten on the Texans this year.
Wow.
I hope so.
So, but other than that, I'm very confident. Last night was really good. I drank a lot. So even though I got invited to come up to Glick, I talked to him last night, like in that teeter line of buzzing and drunkenness.
You were drunk.
But I'm like, hey,
Trying to get you to come up.
yeah, and I said I'm celebrating. So so yeah, I spoke with Glick and everything, so he's cool with it. But yeah, but overall, I'm very optimistic. And now looking at the how the playoff schedule is, we're playing Cleveland yet again, so there'll be a lot of shit talking between Glick and I, as we were when we were going against head to head in fantasy, and as we were when, yes, I give props to Cleveland, they really did beat us down. So I heard nothing but Glick all that weekend going. So now we're going again. Now we're going head to head again. I'm going to be talking. I'm going to be spouting. So, but then, oh, damn, he's got Michigan too. Jesus Christ.
You think they'll get Dallas Turner in the draft?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Everybody's talking about like Marvin Harrison Jr. too. So, but yeah.
Can I ask Tim a question now? Is that okay? Is that okay? I only have so much time, so I'm curious. I wasn't around, and then I want to ask the real Ted Hicks, a question before we go, and it's very emotional. Okay, so Tim, here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
Purple Rain. No, that's a different. Sorry, that's a different show. Sorry. sorry, I got lost there. So was it Purple Rose the other one?
Purple Rose.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yep.
Inside joke here, guys.
Rose?
Sorry. So if you had to say one player this year who was the greatest disappointment out of the whole league, you can name up to 3, but number 1, who is the biggest disappointment this year?
From what perspective? Because
whatever perspective you want.
Biggest disappointment in the league this year, I would say, for the Panthers fans, is probably Bryce Young, because I'm sure they had high expectations of him. Then I would say, let me think, who else would I say would be big disappointments? Aaron Rodgers, not his fault. He got injured.
I'm trying to count players who didn't get injured. I'm trying to count players who didn't get injured. My disappointments. I'm taking the injury aspect out of it. I think about it because Rodgers and Deshaun Watson come to head first. But I like what you said about Bryce Young. Season just was not even necessarily his fault, in my opinion. But go ahead, please.
Right. So I guess if I take the injury out, yeah, Bryce Young, and then who else would it be?
Feeling.
Devontae Adams overall, because I think there were higher expectations of him. As great of a player as he is, I don't think he. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me go back.
I want to say
because I know there was
Dalvin Cook. He didn't get the ball enough. Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams. He
had like 3 quarterbacks, Tim. Come on.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. And it isn't his fault though. And that's why I say that. And see, this is
how
why
DeAndre Hopkins felt.
I hate fantasy football is because it just completely changes the dynamics of watching football. Everything is like, I need my points. I don't care if you win or not. I just need my points.
You need your points.
That's why I said Devontae.
The battle cry for fantasy football.
But Devontae, he's a top 3 receiver. So at the end of the day, but So let me take fantasy out of it. Okay, so not Devontae Adams, but Dalvin Cook, I would say, because even though I think he's one that disappointed people, being what he did at Minnesota, people expected something similar from him. But
Absolutely. Damn good, Brian. Appreciate you.
yeah. And
All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta my job on the pit.
all right,
We
so
good.
Brian,
Appreciate
I'll
you.
show photos.
think of me this week. I want us to get together and do a show.
Gotcha.
Okay? And Tony can come too as long as he doesn't do this.
Oh, I'm going to do a lot.
All right. Adios, boys.
Peace.
Everybody out in the cheap seats.
Later.
Adios.
And then there were 5.
You said Dalvin Cook, and who else you said, Tim?
yeah, Dalvin, Bryce, and I need to think about that. As far as because when you say biggest disappointment, that's pretty strong.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Are you speaking
that's
this
a
player
strong-
or in general, period?
See,
Hmm?
when you go, oh, sorry.
Is he saying player or is he just talking about big seasons right now?
I'm not
Player?
talking about his personal life. I'm talking about in NFL. And again, you hijacked that. Oh, wait, this is your broadcast. That's me hijacking.
Thank you.
Sorry. So
Dalvin, he sort of throw the New England Patriots as a franchise, as a disappointment.
you guys forgot the best person to be disappointed in.
Who?
Well, Rashid Shaheed for me then is the other one.
No.
You got Mike.
No, actually, Alvin Kamara was a disappointment.
How about this? Overpaid quarterbacks. Do you know one?
Yeah. We
Do you
a
know
whole
a
bunch
few
of-
overpaid quarterbacks?
Underpaid
we-
running backs.
You
Underpaid.
imagine getting 30 million, okay?
Mhm.
You'd be better to get 3 guys that are half decent, pay them 10 each.
Mhm.
Then you got a greater chance of finding a Joe Flacco. That's all you need is a Joe Flacco.
Aaron Rodgers got
And then
hurt.
you have lived, right? Right? But you pay these guys like Aaron Rodgers, right? And another guy that's on the is it the Browns? And somebody was talking about him like he was the next Messiah. I think his name was Tony D. And
Take it.
but
You
you
know
know
what?
what? You were right. You were intuitive. You were on the right plane. Like you were basically in the Palladian star system. You are an empath. I don't doubt that at all. No,
Honestly,
I think you,
Bryce, he had Dalvin, and like I said, I don't want to use. I want to say disappointment just by playing like he was supposed to. There weren't any issues or concerns. Bryce Young was. I don't know what's going on with the team.
Tennessee just scored.
Tennessee just scored, but New England Patriots. I thought they were going to be better than what they're doing. I have to admit that. The New England Patriots issues that I've noticed the scene. I thought they were going to be better than right. Now. Vikings do not look like they did last season.
No.
Last season, they were a threat. And I don't mean a threat, bully walking. They were supposed to be a problem.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Browns supposed to be there. Deshaun Watson wasn't what they're supposed to. They're a very big disappointment. But he also got hurt, so I'm not going to use it again. The Eagles might
did,
all season, but they had injuries, correct?
no. Every time I brought it up, I felt like Slim Whitman. You know, every time I tried to bring something, I felt like Rodney Dangerfield. At the beginning of the year, I said, I have a strong feeling that quarterbacks will not be around. They're
I think
gone.
you did say that, yes.
All the key players, I did. And you guys went, Michael, step away from the pipe.
We did.
Step away from the pipe.
Well, it was at the beginning of the season too, Mike. That's
I know,
why
but that's intuition.
Yeah.
That's what I said. And then I said I have a really strong feeling about the Steelers, which made no sense to me.
No, yeah, it came to true. For me, it was mid-season. I remember you saying that. And it's like the beginning of season. I guess I just look at it. You can make all the predictions because nobody's, But that was a good call as far as the quarterback.
And then I also said that they were going to have horrendous year, the Chiefs, this year. Horrendous. That was my exact words. And I said, for some reason, Philly doesn't seem to be present. They're not there. They're giving, even when they were winning, I was going, they're giving us like 5. Am I making you sick here, Tim? I'm sorry.
No, I just saw one of my guys is not supposed to play today, but they had him
Oh,
showing it's getting points, and I'm wondering why he has no carries so far, and the first quarter is almost over. So
oh, jeez.
okay, so my bad, Mike. I didn't mean.
No, it's okay.
It's
If
actual
you're
fantasy
feeling,
football play.
we're here for your pain. So explain your pain.
I mean, I'm just in the championship, and I have a guy that after the game starts, they say he's probably not going to play.
That's
So
not
we're here for
good.
your pain.
We're here for your pain, brother.
Yep,
So
but-
I want to ask a serious question to Ted, and then I won't ask another question. I'll stay the hell out of it. I promise.
All PayPal.
Ted, this is an
$5
honest,
question.
and anybody can jump in, and this is a serious question. My prediction in the next 3 years is one of the biggest franchises going to be, you ready, out of Washington.
I can believe
Agreed.
I could be.
It is going to be a
Agreed.
friggin' monster.
Agreed.
And they have all the heartstrings. They have all the connections. They know what they're doing. As much as my best friend up here, Fireman Rich, wants New York to captivate the world, I hope that happens for you, buddy. But intuition,
Agreed.
we are going to see
I
more
think
done
they're
for
gonna
the
be-
players. Hear me
Yeah.
out. More done for the players with Washington than any other team has ever done.
I think they'll be relevant, but I don't think they're going to be a powerhouse. They're still a couple years away.
I predict within 3 years they'll be in the Super Bowl.
New-
3
Give me the
years.
2, I'll give you the 3. I said that previously when they changed the name.
Ted,
They got
New ownership.
Magic
this
Johnson.
is for Ted. I did a warm up there.
Yeah, you did. You served it up.
There you go. Boom.
Yes, they're going to be on the come up. Yes, they have great new ownership. Yes, as we started to see, the fans have started to flood back in. 2 to 3 years in the Super Bowl, I don't know. We got to check this year's draft, and you can see, because think of it this way: everyone who's covering football operations is going to be out of there after today's game.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
know.
and that's everyone. They're
Yeah.
existing president, the cat people, and unfortunately, potentially Eric Bieniemy, and Riverboat Ron. So I'm going to lean towards you, Mike, but I've got to hedge on the Super Bowl in 2 to 3 years. We gotta play wait and see.
Now I have one more thing for Tony, and then
Didn't
it's
I
quick.
tell you
Do you remember?
I told you.
This is. I'm just backing up something I said earlier.
Mhm.
Okay. At the beginning of the year, repeatedly, I said I thought there would be a repeat of Chiefs and Philly. Is there any hope at hell? This is a room question of that happening. Go. And
Nope.
why?
Yes, there is still hope. in hell.
Nah.
Philly's not eliminated yet. So yes.
I think
Baltimore
one of those two teams will make it to the Super Bowl, but not both against each other.
everything runs through Baltimore, so
True.
no way. If
You
you
know
look
what?
at Mahomes does great with the AFC Championship in his home, at his home field. We're asking him to do this with no receivers, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, and
Traveling
and on the road.
on the road.
Y'all killing me.
And no
We have a
Tyreek Hill.
soundbite. We have a soundbite there, brother. We have a soundbite. Soon to be on TikTok. We're gonna get 600 views on that for
We
sure.
Can I make one comment?
You can make 2.
No, just one, because I don't want to turn it back to either Tim or Rich to make their comments.
Yes.
These two work together. Y'all
The
know
Cleveland
that.
Browns. You guys were mentioning the Cleveland Browns and Deshaun Watson and everything. And remember like maybe 4 years ago, it was, I know in my fantasy, I had Patrick Mahomes. One year I had Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. And I was kind of flip-flopping them starting because they were,
Both
two
elite.
unbelievable quarterbacks.
Yes.
So you have Deshaun Watson, who pushes his way out of the Texans for whatever the reason was. It's been thoroughly documented, all the buffoonery that was done there with him and the team. You get to the Cleveland Browns. I don't know if we ever expect him to play, next season or not. But that's not even the point of the statement I was going to make. A lot has been said over the years about Jimmy and Dee Haslam, the owners of the Cleveland Browns, with the guaranteed contract, with probably pissing off the other owners with guaranteeing all of that money and everything else like that. The one thing that I will say is honorable mention to them, because Flacco, who has an incentive-based contract, the further he pushes them, it's $75,000 more per game. Flacco is sitting out today's game, and the Browns have made an honorable gesture and have granted him the $75,000 because they've asked him to sit out. So
who we got here?
I don't know.
Who we got here, Ted?
We got to get her up. We
Oh!
got to get her up. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
We got to get her up.
She is in the house.
Send her an invite.
Danique, how you doing?
Yes.
Hey, the one last thing I'm going to say is
No,
the
you had
reason
one
we're
before.
seeing the resurgence in the Browns. You got to think about it. Why are we're seeing the resurgence in the Browns? There's one gentleman on the Browns front office team. His name is Paul DePodesta.
Okay, go ahead.
Paul DePodesta is a former MLB executive. He's the person, one of the people behind Moneyball. I'll leave it there. That's your fun fact.
Browns resurgent. I think Tony said it before. Veterans. Their veterans are on that team.
The veterans on the team.
Veterans, yeah, that could make a difference. And plus, the front office person that you said, Ted, that could be the mix there for the Cleveland.
Well, the vets, you get them. You buy low. You buy these guys low.
Yeah.
You follow this Moneyball type scenario, and there you go.
Yeah.
I turn this over to Rich or Tim. I'm not sure what's going on with Mike.
What is it?
I saw his hand go up, and then it just went black.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently I'm the one that's
Go ahead,
Alrighty, let me bring
Mike was he cutting grass?
I don't know what he's doing. He's done that before. I'm gonna save him the headache. The Browns, like I said before, players, they're going to be up there. As far as disappointments, I'm really going to stick with a lot of franchises because a lot of players hurt. And that aspect when he was talking about just fantasy-wise, I get that and I fully understand that. I can't use injuries against them. That's just a game. Franchises weren't doing what we thought they were going to do. And I'm sure that's why I emphasize Minnesota and New England so much. The Chiefs are going to look like a disappointment to a lot of people, but we've seen this before. When the Lakers won the championship and then they dropped down first 8 seed to ever win a championship.
And they're having problems right now. They want to get rid of their coach, and the coach is the one that got them there last year. No?
It's horrible. It's horrible.
The Eagles are not out. It's going to be a game deciding factor.
Yeah.
Going to look correct. So Washington.
I would have to say that the Eagles right now, they're just where they're sitting, and they could be at the season they had, and they have a possibility of not even making it after today. Because
didn't they start off like 6-0 or 4-0?
Yeah, they were just
10-0,
killing it. But it's just like Michael says about the Kansas City. I think that the big is just the Philadelphia Eagles. But tell you one thing, the Philly Eagles fans base, they're just like the freaking Jets and the Giants fans. They can thin. They're going to still stick with them.
Yep.
Michael's back.
I had someone come in the door and just brought a dog. Sorry about that. Now I have someone with a jackhammer above me,
Pause.
and the one person just said to me, "Listen, how do I get on Simply Tim TV?" And I said, "It's not easy.
Tony
It's not
said
easy."
pause.
And he said, can I please be one of the people that does the challenge?" And I said, "If you stop hammering with your drill, I might have a chance."
There we go.
Pause. I'm at 15 minutes. I'm gonna just let y'all know, okay? I told Mike 45 minutes ago. Keep playing. Go ahead, Mike.
No, good questions though, Tony. This is
It's very
this
great
is good.
questions.
This is
This is
Wait till
gold.
I'm about to go against the
the
uphill.
last
battle.
official.
I get that Rich time every week for the past 2 years. They wait till the end and they want to make it. So I'm going to have fun with this. Go ahead, Mike.
Par
And
for course.
I'll say to Mike's previous question. Well, there's a lot of previous ones. The Washington question. So I think there's potential for them to do that. I was expecting them to do something, 3 or 4 years ago once they rolled in half of Alabama's defense and then started bringing in offensive players as well. And the mindset that they would probably have as a team, and there was talk of it impacting them once Jonathan Allen and those other guys joined. But now I think the nuclear or the radioactive fallout is probably starting to clear up now, because it was radioactive around there for a while. And I think as that clears up and it's safe to breathe again in Washington, I think they have potential to do something once they get players together and get some solid footing. So I think they're headed in the right direction.
I liked your answer. Very nice.
Which
So, Tony, do you
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
wrap this up? Are we going to finish this?
you got 12 minutes. Do this playoff picture.
No, I had 5 minutes, 45 minutes ago. That's what you said.
Oh.
Final words, Mike.
Russian flush.
Wow.
Can we
Just
do
so you know, the
gratitude?
Jets, New York Jets just scored a field goal, 3-0 up there in Foxborough against the Patriots. It's snowing up there. They got the snow going still.
Hey, Rich, and the Jets officially put Zach Wilson on the IR. That's
Oh,
it.
did they? Oh,
He's
wow.
officially
Okay.
on the IR.
Wow.
So it's
Wow.
over.
Yeah.
It's
And
over.
they've already scored.
Yep. They
What
could have
did I
got a
miss?
touchdown, but
What did I miss? I'm sorry. What
uh,
did I miss?
Jets are up by three by field goal. 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Okay, because I got
Do you
Atlanta.
think following the Jets when they're not in the playoffs anymore might be a form of a mental illness?
You got to have faith in the Jets. That's
You
part of
got
being
to
a
have
New York.
faith, the faith.
Talking bad about the Jets to get you removed. Now, how about that shit?
That's funny.
They follow the team even when they're losing. I'm not going to do that. I got Carolina and Tampa, and I also got it down here, so I don't have those games. I'm actually trying to keep my eyes on that. So, he's hurt. That looks like Baker Mayfield. Yep, he's limping off the field.
Oh no.
I thought about changing the pick to
Well, he
What about
was
Chase?
bruised up before that, with his rib.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah, that don't-
are the Dolphins going to do anything, guys, in the room?
No.
Buffalo's going to take this game.
I could see the Bills scorching them today.
Do you want to make a change there
No, the
on
game
your
starts.
pick, Mike?
No, I'm going to
Yeah.
stay with my pick.
Oh, you picked Buffalo. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Brian's the only one that picked and Ted, you picked Buffalo too, I believe, right? Yep.
Yeah, I have the same New York, problem. Yeah, mental illness, as I said earlier.
You do.
It's in a different New York. Tim, will the Dolphins do anything?
Today or just in general going forward?
I don't mean within this lifetime. I mean in the next few weeks. Thank you.
The Dolphins will. They won't go to the Super Bowl. I'll say that. A lot can happen between now and then, but I don't think they'll make it to the Super Bowl.
So
watching
do you
that Sunday
think
say the
Flacco?
Mhm.
Does anybody in the room think that the Browns have a chance with Flacco?
Yes.
Possibly.
Yes. Yeah.
I do. I think they do.
And you have that. You have that right now, Mike. So you have that save. I have a chance with Flacco right now. They look like they are feeling good. They look like they're comfortable. I said 2 years ago when Tampa Bay went to the Super Bowl, the Titans will look comfortable. The Browns may really have what they need as a missing link to get their rest. All jokes aside, they really do. They got something here, and this is a great attention grabber. It's going to be good for the league. God knows it's excellent for the fan base. If this
So
works out,
you know how we did. You know how we did the worst disappointment.
yes.
What was the most pleasant surprise this year for everybody? Most pleasant surprise in the NFL.
Texas fans with C.J. Stroud, Tank Dell, and Nico Collins are doing.
Yep.
Most pleasant for the whole season because everything's been so sporadic. Nothing has the whole season going on with the Texans. Nothing.
I think the individual we just talked about, for me, it'd be Joe Flacco. That's a story right there.
Yeah, but it's a very short story. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's a very short game. Because, mind you, Jake Browning did the same thing with the Bengals. Is it going to last?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Right now, Flacco's looking good at the end of the season. That's a good question. I don't know.
Ted, is it for you the Swifties bumping up the viewage for the NFL and us now having a whole new spectrum of females who don't know what they're watching, now watching the NFL and helping the advertisers?
Well, it's a merger that the NFL has been dying for. They're literally dying. I mean, we're the age of Major League Baseball, NFL. We're getting older, So this number right here makes it a great thing.
Good point.
I think without a doubt, not so bold prediction, Swifty is going to host the next Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah.
Oh, I
without
like
a
that.
doubt. Not so bold.
Yes. And
No,
how
I think
long
that-
will it be, Tim, before they're married, do you think?
They won't get married. He's material for the next album.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
I'm joking.
Please, all Swifties, do not
I
kill
don't think
Tim.
they'll get married.
Do not surround his house, and do not threaten his life. Thank you.
What I said
No, but
earlier.
I don't think they'll get married. I think there's too much going on for both of them to make that type of commitment and really build an enduring relationship to get them through all the things you deal with as a celebrity. So I don't think they'll get married. And if they do, I don't believe it would last very long.
I got to go in the opposite direction. They get married. He retires immediately. They get married. He retires immediately because he's been a crash test dummy out there for how many seasons?
Yeah.
He wants to be an actor, though.
He does want to be an actor. You're so right.
You got the belt. I want to take back what I said earlier about one of the biggest surprises. I want to see the Detroit Lions making it. They've been consistent this season. They've had a
great answer.
That's a good
Great
one.
answer.
That is a good one, Tony. That is a good one. Yeah.
You remember last year, Dan Campbell would go up post game and the announcers and people on First Take would be ridiculing him and laughing at him and like, who is this guy? And he's like, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And each week they started building momentum towards the end of the season.
If they make it through the postseason to the Super Bowl, Ted, we're going to have to watch that.
Of course.
That team is low. I have to watch that.
Of course.
Fireman Rich is not said anything about this. What is
No,
your biggest?
I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing with it. I'm just
No,
not in
no,
my head.
I
It's
need
just
your opinion, especially with this New York thing. And if it can
Uh,
be a New York slanted, pleasant surprise,
no, it
I'll
was
be
like
surprised. Go ahead.
the probably the best thing I would say to me, Joe Flacco. It's just interesting that how and you brought up the quarterback situation and stuff. So the top notch quarterbacks are getting millions of dollars, and the ones that are getting it done. I don't know. Maybe the Dallas Cowboys resurgence. Okay, for the Cowboy. I'm not a particular Cowboy fan. They're in it, and they're not crashing and burning like they have in years past.
It's true, right?
Stuff. They have a legitimate shot at it as far as being quote America's team, as they're known as. But there's
Put the quotes up.
what's that?
I say you put the quotes.
Close. Yeah. Well, they are. They've always been growing up, man. Even as a kid, they were known as America's team, and they have that brand. So I recognize that with the Dallas because they are a team that's have a lot of history and stuff like that. So, but the teams that are coming up, it's not. I think for me, the takeaway is just a love for the game. And we have so much to talk about. In years past, it's almost been an automatic. It's going to be these two teams, and it's still a mix. It's and just like what we're talking about the national championship. You look at the Final Four with those. It's such a good 4 teams. So maybe this process is coming out, and we have little bumps in the roads with the refs and all that stuff like that. But it just for me, I guess the positive thing is just a great season. A great season. What do we got, Tony?
Carolina just moved.
And for me,
right before the Tampa Bay tried to recover, then he got tackled in the end zone. I got to see that replay again. Y'all remember DJ Clark, Carolina.
For me, Dallas isn't a surprise to me because for the last several years they've been getting there. They've had they've been winning 12, 13 games a year for the last several years.
True.
It's
Very
just
true.
not being able to get past that first round of the playoffs. And I agree that Detroit is the big surprise for me. And not that they made it to the playoffs, because you could win 9 games and make it to the playoffs in a lot of instances. But the record that they have on their way to the playoffs is what really was the big surprise for me in Detroit. It's the record that they have at this point.
Yes.
And the way they've done it.
Recovery success story for them. Gentlemen, we're wrapping this up.
I just have one statement. One statement.
No.
No, I have to answer the question. You don't even give me the opportunity to answer the question.
I have. You had an hour.
It'll be quick. 30 seconds. I need 30 seconds.
It's been an hour.
No. I mean for this question. 30 seconds. I promise. 30 seconds.
Tone. Come on.
30 seconds. All right. Lamar Jackson. Greatest surprise this year, you didn't get injured, and Tua both didn't get injured this year. That's all I want to say. And us having this kind of quality and how it's been elevated by the people that are in the room, the new people, I am so feeling blessed to have this opportunity to be with you. Thank you.
Good, Michael. You're good.
I want to thank Tim, Simply Tim TV on Twitter. Y'all check him out on Saturdays. Tim, I do track you. I did swing through. I was at work. I caught you up there. Big to you and Donika are doing over there. Shout out. Maybe you can do one of these one day. We'll jump on your broadcast, keep it a little bit more correlated, try to carry it. Down there. Y'all know him. He is the one that got me started with all this craziness. Almost 2 years ago. Y'all don't even realize that. I met everybody. Most of these cats up here I met through him. Ted asked me to be one of his original co-hosts on LateNightParents.com. LateNightParents.com. Been running with these guys forever. And the only leeway I've given these tonight, because I've done this on their broadcast. Y'all ain't getting this shit. They give me all this leeway on their broadcast. Producer Jason's in the house. Rich, the peoples are popping up. Appreciate y'all sharing the channels.
Hey, Jace, how you doing? Good guy there.
Everybody, when you broadcast, let everybody know that you're a real person. You're not a troll, and you're not somebody over there being a stagger.
Jace producer, good guy there. Good guy.
I want to thank all y'all for coming through. Go watch the games because they already started. These dudes in 5 minutes through the first game all daggone ready. Check your score, check your numbers. Check is still going. If your league is already over, our league champion, Golf Hawk, 2-time defending champion in my league. Appreciate him. Appreciate him coming through. Appreciate Helen coming through. Donika, thank you for coming through. Producing. Thank you for coming through. Rick, I appreciate you coming. Bathurst not only came through, he showed up. Big up to True Armor. Let's see who else we got here. Yeah, everybody. Smoke was in the house. No, he's going on. He might be on tonight. Y'all check out
Sunday Night Smoke.
Yeah, check him out on YouTube. He might be on tonight. We don't know what's going to happen. Parker Bledsoe with the question coming through. I appreciate him popping in here. That's the season. We've had new people coming in, checking us out. Question, picking our brains a little bit. I don't mind that one bit. Rehab was in the house. Who else we got in here? I'm going to go watch a game. I'm going to go get something to eat. I got some things I got.
Thank you for all the support on TikTok, everybody. We've been getting lots of support through the clips.
Producer
Thank you.
Jason, yeah, Mike's having a ball with those clips. I noticed that too. That's fun. Y'all take care. Do something this afternoon and now check out Sunday Night Smoke podcast tonight. Should 37 if you will pop up. Next week is a 3-day weekend. We should be able to do something.
It is?
Is that one more day than 2? Thank you.
We're gonna see how it goes. I still
Wild card weekend.
Wild card weekend. There you
Best
go.
weekend. The best weekend.
Maybe we'll do something. I know I got a meeting tomorrow afternoon afterwards, so I won't be able to do nothing tomorrow. Maybe we'll do something Tuesday. We'll be around. Us out. Appreciate all you.
Just I'll say it to Rich after we shut down. I wanted to say something to Rich.
Good.
Rich, exclusive Peacock game playoff game next Saturday night.
Oh,
it's
my
on
God.
Peacock only.
Which they know which teams are playing?
No, they're gonna announce it today, but it's exclusively through a streaming service.
Oh my God!
How you like that?
Your favorite?
You know where to hit me where I'm. I can't stand that. It continues.
Everybody take care of yourselves. See y'all.